Would you take that description from Rolling Stone about being an unreliable historian?
I think I haven't read it. I don't know what they're talking about. I do know that that I have been down this road before, and I heard the same things when Fire and Fury was published 17 months ago, and as far as I can tell, every successive account has confirmed what was in that book.
Well, I mean, it's very clear what your main source is in this book, In Siege. It is, of course, Steve Bannon, the former chief strategist to Donald Trump, who is, of course, one of the major sources in Fire and Fury. But he seems to be subject and source.
Well, first thing, I think you're just repeating what you've read, and I suspect you have not read the book, which I would
cover to cover, Mr. Wolff,
because
I've read it entirely, which I'm going to discuss with you in a moment.
And didn't you find it incredibly riveting? I mean, what the whole point of the book is to bring people into Trump world, to tell people exactly what it feels like, what the experience is like. And I think I've done this in first book and second book as successfully as anybody. It's quite a, I think any reader would find it quite an experience.
OK, it is quite an experience. It certainly is. And some of the experiences I don't think I can share with our audience at the moment. But I wanted you to relate some of the experiences you describe in the book to the state visit by Donald Trump's just over to the United Kingdom. You got a quote here from Henry Kissinger, no less, former Secretary of State, about foreign policy, saying that Donald Trump's attitude to it is if someone says something nice about him, then they are our friend. If they say something unkind, if they don't kiss the ring, they are our enemy. Is it really that simplistic?
I think it really is that simplistic.
OK, well, I wanted to continue on the theme of foreign policy because you also describe how underbriefed, how unwilling to be briefed the president is. You talk about the president even on his way to that summit last year with Kim Jong-un in Singapore, and Jim Mattis, the then Defence Secretary, wondering if the president even knew where North Korea was on a map.
You know, I mean, let's not mince our words here. This is an extraordinary presidency. Donald Trump is a figure like no one who has ever occupied the office. Intellectually, emotionally, sexually, he is at odds with all past assumptions about what a president is supposed to be. He goes into these situations in a way that no president has ever gone. Before he went to the Helsinki trip, everybody rushed to Scotland carrying all kinds of briefing books. He was staying in Scotland at his golf course, which he was promoting at the same time. They got there with the briefing books. Of course, he wouldn't look at them. And then, so they reduced everything to one page, and he wouldn't look at that. And we saw the results in Helsinki.
Well, I mean, one thing comes clear in the book is the looming Mueller report. Of course, it came out. It's part of the end of the book. But he seems to have survived that.
You know, he seems the Donald Trump MO is, which is, you know, all presidents come into office and they want to be in history, or they want to accomplish an agenda, or they just want to get reelected. Donald Trump just wants to get away with it. And it would appear that maybe he's gotten away with the Mueller investigation up until now, but that doesn't answer. It's by no means clear that he will continue to get away with it. And I'd submit that anybody whose threshold is just getting away with it eventually gets caught.